Have you ever been playing a game and had that thought pop into your head, you know, I could probably make something like this? Well, you're right, you totally can. But here's the thing you might not see from the outside. The journey of actually creating a game is, well, it's an emotional roller coaster. And today, we're going to dive right into those incredible highs and, yeah, the soul-crushing lows of game development.
This quote right here, it absolutely nails it. It's not just about writing code or making cool art. It's this constant dance between your biggest, most creative ideas and just total chaos. So let's dig into what that really feels like. Okay, first up, let's talk about the good stuff, the incredible high. Honestly, this is the moment that gets every single game developer hooked, probably for life. It's that pure, unfiltered joy you get when an idea jumps out of your brain and starts living on the screen.
And it's a feeling that's so hard to put into words, you know? One minute it's just a concept, a little thought floating around in your head. And the next, it's a living, breathing thing right there on your monitor. It feels less like programming and more like you're casting a spell. You're not just a developer, you're some kind of digital sorcerer.
This right here, this is that lightning in a bottle moment we're talking about. It's not even really about the code you wrote. It's about what the code does. When your character takes its very first step, where the camera just perfectly follows the action, that's when you get this rush and you realize, wow, I made that happen. It's a feeling of pure creation that developers are always chasing.
But for every single moment of that creative magic, there is an equal and opposite force of just sheer, hair-pulling frustration. And this isn't a maybe, it's not a possibility, it is an absolute guarantee.
And here it is, the two sides of the coin, right in a nutshell. One minute you feel like a creative genius, watching your imagination come to life, and the very next minute, you're a detective, staring at the screen for hours, hunting down a single, tiny, misplaced semicolon that's holding your entire project hostage. It is a wild, wild ride.
Oh yeah, every developer has their war stories. We all know the pain of your game engine, like say Unity, crashing seconds after you did something brilliant but right before you saved. Or that feature that worked perfectly yesterday is somehow, for no reason, completely broken today. And of course there's the classic game of bug whack-a-mole, where you squash one bug and two more just pop up in its place.
It really gets to a point where you start having actual conversations with your computer. You'll beg it, you'll plead with it, you might even find yourself asking it out loud, why? Why are you doing this to me? Your computer stops being just a machine, it becomes your partner, your confidant, and yeah, your arch nemesis. So the big question is why? Why on earth would anyone put themselves through all of this? Well, because the struggle, it isn't just a roadblock on the journey. In a weird way, the struggle is the point.
Think about it like climbing a mountain. It's the tough climb, the struggle to get to the top that makes the view from the summit so incredible. In game dev, all those bugs and crashes, they're the steep cliffs and the rocky paths. They're what makes shipping that final game feel so rewarding.
And this is the cycle. This is how you grow. You hit a wall. You bang your head against it for a while. You try a million different things. And then, finally, you break through. And in that moment, you didn't just fix a bug, you actually leveled up. You're a better developer now. Every problem you solve is like a new skill unlocked.
And this is the payoff. This is the moment that makes every frustrating hour totally worth it. After all that time, all that struggle, you finally hit play, and it just works. The world you imagined comes to life. And in that one single moment, all the frustration, all the pain, it just melts away. And all you're left with is this feeling of pure triumph.
So, what does all of this mean for you? Well, it means that this whole incredible, frustrating, amazing journey, it's not just for the pros. It's for anyone out there with an idea and a little bit of courage. Think of this as an open invitation.
Seriously, forget that old stereotype of some genius coder locked away in a garage. That's not the world we live in anymore. The game has totally changed. With the tools we have today, anyone, and I mean anyone, can start making games. You don't need a fancy degree or a huge budget. All you need is that spark of an idea.
And this is maybe the most exciting part. It doesn't matter who you are. Maybe you're an artist, a writer, a musician, or just someone who has a story they want to tell. There is a place for you in game development. The doors are wide open, and there's a huge community of people out there waiting to help you get started.
So please,
Don't let the stories of frustration scare you away. You have to embrace the whole roller coaster, the fun, the struggle, the joy. It's all part of the same incredible adventure. And honestly, it might just be one of the most rewarding things you ever do.
So look, the tools are right there at your fingertips. The community is out there ready to support you. The only thing that's missing from this picture is you. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. What world will you create?